皆さんおはようございます。お元気でしょうか？ How are we doing today? 皆さんはどのような一日になるでしょうか？今日はお仕事ですか？旅行中ですか？それとも学校ですか？よければコメントで教えてください。今日はですね、まずは日本の今日の天気と日本の今日のニュースについてご紹介したいと思います。じゃあまず天気の方に行きましょうか。はい、こちらが今日、本日ですね。If you're not familiar, 本日 is like a more formal version of 今日 today. If you look at the kanji, it's literally like the current day. 本日 that 本 from 日本. So actually, if you just take 日本, flip the characters around, it's 本日. I've actually made that mistake before and it was kind of funny, but Alright. じゃあ今日はちょっとあれ見てみましょう。まずは日本の天気ですね。ちょっと大きくできないかな。And as I'm still trying to figure things out, please bear with me. こちらですかね。はい、すいません。できました。じゃあ一回見てみます。はい。一応こちらが今日の日本の天気でしたね。日本はもう夜でしたけど、もう夜なんですけど、27日の天気。札幌では最高気温は17度、最低気温は8度。東京は最高気温は21度、最低気温は13度、降水確率は60度。So a few words you can learn there. 最高気温。So 最高, you might recognize this word as like meaning best. It can also mean like most or highest. So in this case, 最高気温 would be the high temperature of the day. Be 17度 or 17度. And then we have 8度 for 札幌ですね。That would be 最低気温. So 最低. Very similar, but that means lowest temperature. 最低気温. Then we have 東京は21度、13度ですね。そして降水確率 is precipitation chance. So 降水 is precipitation, chance is 確率。降水確率は 60%。そして、那覇ですね。沖縄ですね。最高気温は23度、最低気温は17度の降水確率の 20% でございます。っていうのは今日の天気でしたね。結局、ほとんどが晴れですね。でも、ところどころ曇りがあったりして、広島と福岡は曇りだったみたいですね。ずっと。でも、降水確率はあまり高くなかったですね。でもちょっと明日の天気も見てみましょう。 明日はそうですね。もうちょっと雨が降る確率が高いですね。So once again we have 確率, the chance. So 雨が降る確率, the chance that it's going to rain は高いです。そう、雨が降る確率が高いですね。で、もうほぼほぼ全国曇りですね。ほぼほぼ means almost, and you can put something after it, almost all of something. そう、ほぼほぼ全国 all of Japan 曇りですね。is going to be overcast or cloudy. ほぼほぼ全国曇りで雨が降る確率がもうちょっと高いです。でも、そうですね。真ん中の方っていうか、ちょっと上の方が降る感じですね。そして、水曜日まで見てみましょうか。そしたら終わりにしましょう。同じく、ほぼほぼ全国曇りですね。全国。ということで、ちょっとニュースの方に移りたいと思います。少々お待ちください。とととととととと。Yeah, I just erased something, so 少々お待ちください。とりあえず音楽つけてみますか。皆さんがちょっとでも楽しいようにつけておきますね。And don't worry, I'm working on this format to make it a little bit better for you. And when I upload the VOD of this, I'll try to clip out these parts that are meaningless so you can get right into the news and stuff like that. So. こちらが小さくすればいいから。でも皆様が住んでいるところでは今日どんな天気になりそうですか？ Where you are living, what does it look like the weather will be like today? Please let me know in the comments. コメント欄で。There's a few words I could use here. I'll just use 教えてください。コメント欄で教えてください。You know what it's like in the comments. ということで本日のニュース。Okay, I just did it again. ごめんなさい。はい、OK です。じゃあ今日の日本語ニュースですね。あれ、間違えました、また。一番大きいニュースはこちらになりますね。北海道に地震がありました。また。最大震度5強。So, first of all, let's go ahead and read the headline here. Then we will listen to the native speaker audio and get into breaking it down. So let's go ahead and talk about the headline here. So we have 27日 or 27日. Either is fine. It's 27th, right? 27日の朝、北海道で大きい地震があった。So 27日 would be the 27th. Oh, actually, I have the vocab for just the headline right here. 見えるでしょうか？ Hopefully you can see that. Maybe I can make it a little bigger. どうかな？はい。 これでいいでしょう。はい、そう、27日の朝、北海道で大きい地震があった。So, 27日, the 27th, no, something of the 27th, or on the 27th. And we have asa, which is the morning. So, on the morning of the 27th. And then as we go further in, we're getting more and more detailed into what we're talking about. So, on the morning of the 27th, that would be this morning. 今朝でしたね。大きい is large, or sorry, 北海道で。北海道で。北海道 is our location. で is where something is happening. And then we have 大きい, which is large or big. And then 地震 is an earthquake. And があった. So ある is our verb here, meaning for something to exist. In this case, happen. And then we have that in the past tense. So, 地震があった. There was a large earthquake in Hokkaido on the morning of the 27th. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our vocabulary for the rest of the article. Let's see, is any of that getting cut off? Yes. Let's go ahead and fix that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. We have 午前, which is AM or in the morning. 頃 is around. Normally put that after a number or a time or something, or a value. ところ is a place. 震度 is seismic intensity, slightly different than the Richter scale. If you want to look it up, basically in Japan, they have a system that tells how strong an earthquake's going to be, and that's mostly its effect on the environment or humans and things like that. And we have 今日, which is a strong number. So whenever they give a shindo, they're going to, well, not always, but they can give a strong number. So shindo go be a seismic intensity of 5. You can also add a 今日 on there to be a strong 5. Shindo go 今日. We have 後 is after or behind. Tsunami is a tsunami. 気象庁 is the Japan Meteorological Agency, basically the weather and natural guys. We have yama is a mountain. Gake is a cliff. Kuzureru is for something to fall down, to topple, or to collapse. Very commonly used with things like landslides, etc. Abunai is dangerous. Ame is rain, and furu is to fall for precipitation. So when I say it rains in Japanese, there's not a verb particularly just to mean to rain. So you have to say the rain falls. Ame ga furu. So the rain will fall. And that is our vocab from the main article. So let's go ahead and listen to the native audio. Let's see, am I set up to have that go through? Yes, hopefully that's not too loud. We will figure it out, I guess. All right, じゃあ聞いてみましょう. Give it a listen. Oh, sorry, I'll keep that vocab up for you as well. じゃあ大丈夫ですかね。聞いてみましょ
う。北海道であった地震のニュースです。今日午前5時23分ごろ、北海道の十勝地方で大きい地震がありました。一番大きかったところは震度5強でした。地震の後に津波はありませんでした。気象庁は地震が大きかったところは山や崖が崩れるかもしれません。危ないです。地震があったり雨が降ったりした時には気をつけてくださいと言っています。
はい、終わりました。 どれぐらいわかりましたか? How much did you understand? Let me know how your study is going in the comments. よろしくお願いします。Okay, so now we're going to give each of these sentences a listen, and we'll break down each of the sentences individually. So, じゃあまずは北海道であった。Let's listen to the native speaker. They're better than me. はい、聞いてみましょ
北海道であった地震のニュースです。
う。Okay, 北海道であった地震のニュースです。Okay, so we have 北海道, right? In 北海道. That で is telling us like our in 北海道, right? あった, which is existing in our past tense, just like we had in our title or our headline. 北海道であった, so something that happened or existed in 北海道. 地震 is an earthquake. So an earthquake that happened in 北海道. And then のニュースです. So this no tells us that this, what comes after it, came from or is about the other stuff. So this would be news, which is news. I can't even say it in English, right? News, and that news is about, with that no, 地震, and the 地震 that happened in 北海道. 北海道であった地震のニュースです. News about an earthquake that happened in Hokkaido. And this des telling us this is news about that earthquake that happened in Hokkaido. Okay, and let's give this next sentence a listen.
今日午前5時23分ごろ、北海道の十勝地方で大きい地震がありました。
All right, so she says 今日. We can say 27日 or 27日. Today, 午前. 午前 is the AM hours or in the morning. So on the morning of the 27th, 27日午前. And we have a time 5時23分頃. So 5時 is going to be 5 o'clock. 23分頃. The 23rd, and then this the 23rd minute, right? So pun or fun is our counter for minutes. And then goro is around. So at around 5:23 in the morning on the 27th, 北海道. So 北海道 no something of or in 北海道. 十勝地方で. So 十勝 is the name of a 地方, which is an area or a region. So 十勝地方. The Tokachi region of Hokkaido. で there something is happening. 大きい地震がありました. A large earthquake がありました. Have our が telling us that this 地震, this large earthquake, ありました. And our verb is ある here. So had. So one more time. 27日午前5時23分頃. On the 27th in the morning at around 5:23, 北海道の十勝地方で in the Tokachi region of 北海道大きい地震がありました. A large earthquake happened or existed, etc., etc. Okay. Let's go to our next sentence. 聞いてみましょう.
一番大きかったところは震度5強でした。地震の後に津波はありませんでした。
Okay. 一番大きかったところ. So, 一番 is number one, literally. You can throw this in front of an adjective, mean the number one or the most of that adjective. So here we have 一番大きかった. So, 大きい, once again, large. But we're putting that in the past tense here. 一番大きかったところは. ところ being our location, right? And は, we're kind of putting that as our framework as far as the location that was the most big or the largest intensity of earthquake. は、震度. So this is our seismic intensity, and 震度5強でした. So, 震度国境 is a strong 5 on the seismic intensity scale. And でした was. So, the largest place or the strongest earthquake occurred. Where the strongest earthquake occurred, sorry. It was a seismic intensity strong 5. じゃあ次の文章を聞いてみましょ
気象庁は地
Oh, I did both of these. ごめんなさいね。Okay, 地震の後に。So, 地震, the earthquake の後 is after the earthquake. There's no telling us that something, the after is coming from the earthquake. 地震の後, after the earthquake. Or 後に, we can sometimes use に after 後 to say when this is occurring. 津波はありませんでした。津波 is a 津波, and ありませんでした is the negative past tense in the polite form or formal form of ある. So there was no tsunami after the earthquake, luckily. よかったですね. Okay. All right, now we have 気象庁 is the Japan Meteorological Agency. And the rest of this article is them giving a statement, and it has multiple sentences in it. So instead of doing this whole thing to connect to the they said this, I'm just going to break it down into smaller sentences. So let's go ahead and give that a listen. 聞いてみましょう。
気象庁は地震が大きかったところは山や崖が崩れるかもしれません。
Okay, good. So 気象庁は So 気象庁 the Japan Meteorological Agency. And then if we go down, they are going to say something と言っています. But we're going to ignore that for now and look at the small pieces of the quote that they are saying. 地震が大きかったところは So 地震 the earthquake が The 地震 is going to be something or do something with this が大きかった So 大きい large, right? This is in the past tense. 大きかったところは So the places where the earthquake is large or was large. 山や崖 So 山 is the mountains. Ya, when we list things but don't want to limit it to something, we can use ya. So we're listing these two things, but we're saying there's also other things included that are similar to these things. So 山や崖が So 山 is mountains, 崖 is cliffs. Ga, these mountains, cliffs, etc. are going to do something. 崩れる which is to topple, collapse, have landslides, etc. And we have かもしれません at the end of that. So the plain form of a verb followed by かもしれません This means something may happen. That's what's going on. So 地震が大きかったところは So this is a great place or a great example of where wa is used, where it's not marking the subject, we're just putting a framework there, right? So when it comes to the places where the earthquake was big, 地震が大きかったところは山や崖が崩れるかもしれません. So the locations where the earthquake was big, the mountains or cliffs may collapse. There might be landslides. あ、ジョシュアさんおはようございます。お元気でしょうか？もうお仕事ですか？多分仕事ですよね。頑張ってください。Alright, now, this is probably going to be the most complex sentence you've ever seen in an article. So let's go ahead and give it a listen.
危ないです。
危ないです。So, 危ないです。It's dangerous. So, there might be some collapsing mountains or cliffs. It's dangerous. 危ない。危ないです。It is dangerous. Okay, next sentence. Can we fit it all in one? はい、OK. our last sentence of the article. じゃあ聞いてみましょ
う。地震があったり、雨が降ったりした時には気をつけてくださいと言っています。
Okay, so this と言っています connects back to our 気象庁は So the Japan Meteorological Agency is saying, we say the saying part of that, the end of the sentence in Japanese. And 地震があったり. So we have a grammar here that we'll talk about real quick, but we have 地震があったり. So 地震, our earthquake, がある. We're plugging this into this たりたりする grammar. たりたりする means things like this will happen, right? So 地震があったり when earthquakes happen, and 雨が降ったり or the rain falls 地震があったり雨が降ったり So this ta part of the verb is the plain past tense, is what we call it. Some people call it the ta form as well. 地震があったり雨が降ったり So when earthquakes happen or the rain falls, and this tari tari, we can follow it with a suru. And we have this suru in the past tense. So 地震があったり雨が降ったりした So when things like earthquakes happen or rain falls, etc., we have that connected to toki when we describe when something happens or at times when something happens. You can use toki there. And we have toki ni wa, kind of just reframing it as far as when it comes to, those are both. They mean the same thing. As far as times when earthquakes happen, rain falls, etc., 気をつけてください. So 気をつける means to take caution, to be careful. It's also a very common greeting when you're saying goodbye to someone. You can say 気をつけてください. Please be careful. You can also say it when someone is being chased by a ghost that is going to murder them. If you're interested in more about that, please check out our Thursday night streams. There's lots of 気をつけて going on there. And then that 気をつける is put in the te form followed by ください. So 気をつけてください. Please be careful. This is more polite when we add that てください. So please be careful. Oh, そっか、風邪をひいたんだ。かわいそうに。See, and you can also use it when someone is sick. 体に気をつけてください. Please take care of your body. Or お大事に。ジョシュアさん、お大事に。そう、今日はですね、そういうニュースの日でした。まあ、北海道で大きい地震があったんですけど、その他に、ちょっとした記事があるので、ちょっとだけ紹介します。We'll take a look at maybe one or two other articles, or maybe just a little bit of a brief overview of the rest. じゃあ、これじゃなくて、こちらを見てみよう。I should put some music on in the background. I feel like that would be helpful. あ、そうですね。これも大きいニュースでしたよ。じゃあちょっとこれも見てみましょう。じゃじゃーん。If you're not familiar, じゃじゃーん is the way to say like ta-da in Japanese. So if you ever want to be a lame cringe person, you can say じゃじゃーん。So, はい。So now we have 岩手県の山の火事。初めて雨が降って火は少し弱くなった。So, これが岩手県なんですけど、大きい山火事がありました。So if we put these things together, 山 is a mountain, and 火事, if you're familiar with these kanji here, a fire thing or a fire incident. So 山の火事 is a, actually what is the French accent on that one? 火事 kaji. One means housework and one means like a fire. I'll have to double check that. Or maybe we can just listen to it. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. Iwate ken. So Iwate Prefecture no yama no kaji. Kaji. I think it's kaji. Sounds right to me. Yama no kaji. So a mountain fire. Hajimete. So hajimete, when something happens for the first time. Hajimete. Ame ga futte. So ame is rain. Ga, it's going to do something. And futte is fall in the te form. So the rain falls and something else. Hiwa. So hi, the fire. Wa, we're narrowing it down, talking about that fire. Skoshi yowaku natta. Skoshi is a little bit or slightly. Yowaku natta is yowai, which is weak. And we change that into yowaku naru, which means something is becoming weak. And that naru is put in the past tense. So yowaku natta. It has become slightly weaker. So, a fire in the mountains of Iwate-ken no yama no kaji. Hajimete ame ga futte. The rain fell for the first time since the fire started. And hi wa skoshi yowaku natta. The fire is slightly weaker. It has become slightly weaker. So, the rain is helping to put out the fire a little bit. 少し弱くなったんですね。ちょっと、6日目ですね。そう、すっごく大きい山火事ですね。It's a very large fire. It's the 6th day and they still have not been able to put it out. As of tonight, yes. はい。そして27日までに1600ヘクタール以上が焼けました。Over 1,600 hectares? I don't know. I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to things like that. But, が焼けました. So, 焼ける is for something to burn. When you are burning something, you'll use 焼く. So, that is the transitive verb. This is the intransitive verb for something to burn. 焼けた. Something burned. 焼いた. I burned something. And 火を消すために, in order to put out the fire, 火を消すために薬を使ったり. 薬. So, 薬 is weird because yes, it means medicine. It can also mean like any kind of chemical. So here they're talking about chemicals they're using to put out fires. This is not actually medicine, but they will use the word 薬. So, 火を消すために in order to put out the fire, 薬を使ったり. So we have once again, たり again. They're doing things like this, using chemicals. And ヘリコプターで空から水を撒いたりしました。So ヘリコプターで by means of a helicopter or using helicopters. 空から from the sky. 水を撒いたりしていました。or しました。Sorry. 水 water を撒いたりしました。So 撒く is kind of like to sprinkle, to very gently dump something on. So 水を撒く be to sprinkle water on or dump water on. And then that is our たり pseudo grammar. So they did things like use chemicals and drop water on the fire from the sky using a helicopter. ですね。そして午後 in the afternoon 火事が起きてから since the fire started, this てから we use this like since something has started, or sometimes it's used like once it's done, but it's like something happens and we're talking about something that happens after that. And it's also very commonly used with てから始めて, which is since this thing happened, something is going to happen for the first time. So, 火事が起きてから始めて. For the first time since the fire happened, 雨が降りました. The rain has fallen. So for the first time since the fire started, the rain fell. It rained. 消防は So 消防, they are talking about the fire, I forget what it's called, but the fire agency, the fire department people. And then 火は少し弱くなったと言っています。This is very similar to what we had earlier. So 火は少し slightly 弱くなった。So 弱くなった something became weaker と言っています。They are saying that the fire has gotten slightly weaker. ですね。Oh, we have a few more sentences. Awesome. 気象台によると。気象台。Crap. 気象庁 is the Japan Meteorological Agency. 気象台. I forget what this one's called, but it's another section of the agency or something else. I'm going to check that real quick. I'll try to cut this out in the VOD, but 大事ですね。気象台。Okay, so it's particularly talking about an observatory of the meteorological agencies. So, according to a meteorological observatory, 気象台, this 台 can sometimes be referring to certain, what's the word I'm looking for? 施設, facilities. And then によると, according to an observatory, 28日も on the 18th or the 28th as well, 雨が降りそうだ. So, 雨が降りそうだ. 雨が降る for the rain to fall. And then this そうだ means it seems like it will also rain on the 28th. And this だということです. So, ということです it's kind of like seems like it's going to be that kind of a thing. So according to these observatories, it seems like the rain is also going to fall on the 28th. で、町の人は the people of the town これで火が消えてほしいと話していました。So これで by means of this or due to this 火が消えてほしい。So 火 is fire, が there's going to be a verb or an adjective or something that connects this fire. It's going to do or be something. 消えてほしい. So 消える is to go out. Transitive, intransitive pair again. 消す to put something out. 消える for something to go out. And we have the てほしい, which means you want something to happen. So it's not like you want to do it, but you want something to happen. 消えてほしいと話していました. This is something that they were saying or stating. 消えてほしいと話していました. Okay. And our final sentence here, we have 26日 on the 26th, 福島県北方市. Never said this one before. ごめんなさい. So, 福島県北方市. In Fukushima Prefecture, Kitakata City. Demo. So demo tells us that even at such a location, 山の火事がありました. So 山 is our mountain and 火事 is our fire. So there was also a fire in Fukushima Prefecture, Kitakata City. And this がありました tells us that it happened, right? Past tense of がある. Okay, and our final sentence here, 27日, which is today, 今日。これ以上広がる心配はなくなりました。So on the 27th, これ以上. So more, when we attach 以上 to something, we're saying this or more. So これ以上, further or more than currently or more than this currently is. これ以上広がる would be 広がる is when something spreads. So spread more than it already has. これ以上広がる. 心配 is worry. So worry that it will spread further than it already has. これ以上広がる心配はなくなりました. なくなる is for something to disappear or to die or to go away. And then we're putting that in the past tense. So the 心配, the worry that it would go further, or that the fire would spread even further, disappeared, なくなりました. It is gone now. So, all right. That is it. Let's see, is there any other articles? We can just kind of talk about the headlines. Maybe one or two. 少々お待ちください. Take a quick look. これは全然違うニュースですね。そうですね。あ、そうですね。来週はあれですね。来週はゴールデンウィークですね。そう、来週はゴールデンウィークなので、鯉のぼりを飾りますね。So if you haven't seen these are called 鯉のぼり, which are little fish that you hang on Children's Day, a specific day in Golden Week. So Golden Week is like a week of holidays in a row that they've kind of just placed all in one day. There's lots of travel and stuff going on during Golden Week, but koinobori is one of the things that is done on Children's Day, which is one of the days in Golden Week. So 茨城県 in 茨城 prefecture, 1000匹の鯉のぼりを飾った. So 1000匹, interesting here. So 鯉のぼり, these koi flags here. Apparently they use the counter for fish or for small animals, which is hiki or biki, depending on the number. But 1000匹 would be 1,000 of them. 1000匹の鯉のぼりを飾った. So they do something to these, and our verb is 飾る or 飾る, which is to decorate or to display. So they have displayed 1,000 koinobori in Ibaraki Prefecture. So yeah, if you haven't, if you don't know much about Golden Week, do a little bit of research. Kind of a cool little group of holidays in Japan. Lots of travel, lots of fun stuff going on. And particularly for Children's Day, they'll have koinobori, and it's kind of fun to see. And if you have a Japanese market or like a Daiso near you, a lot of times you can buy some koinobori. Kind of be a fun activity, especially if you have kids. So, all right. じゃあ今日はそれぐらいかな? I think we will end today's news stream with that. 大丈夫かな? とりあえず日本にいる方は気をつけてください。地震や津波があったり、山火事があったり、大変ですので、体には気をつけてください。Please take care of yourselves, be safe, and a little note going forward. So I'm going to try out this today and Wednesday, see how it goes. Now, Wednesday is technically a holiday in Japan. They might not have any NHK Easy News articles for that specific day. But if they do our news articles tomorrow on Tuesday, I'll cover Tuesday's news on Wednesday. I will not be doing news articles tomorrow, but I'll plan on doing it on Wednesday. So if you can, I'd love to see you join, whether you're live or watching the VOD afterwards. Really appreciate the support. If you want me to continue this series, please like and subscribe. It gives me a lot of incentive to keep these going. To be honest, I'd love to do this every morning or evening in Japan, but that kind of depends on your support. So this isn't a threat, but it kind of is. If you want more of these, please like and subscribe. But I really do appreciate the support. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day or a great sleep and a great Tuesday for those of you in Japan and other parts of the world. でも今日はありがとうございました。また水曜日によろしくお願いします。